What is up, everybody? TechChucker here, and welcome to episode 15 of This Week in Dioramas. Now, if you're not familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the absolute coolest looking dioramas, and I showcase them on this channel. Now, if you would like to be considered for a future showcase, all you need to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag ThisWeekInDioramas, and that will give me the best opportunity to be able to find your projects. If you are liking this show, make sure you're hitting that like button every episode, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button to help this channel keep growing. We've been getting so many more new diorama creators every single week, and I thank all of you for sharing these videos out, getting the word out, because this has been growing and growing, and it's been so much fun. So thank you, all of you, for sharing, liking, commenting. It has been an absolute blast. Don't forget to post and tag your very first diorama to Instagram and tag it with the hashtag myfirstdio, or you can use the hashtag myfirstdiorama. And on October 4th, we will showcase all of your very first dioramas that all of you have worked on. We'll take a look and see just where everybody has started. Some of you have been doing this for years, some of you have just started. It's just kind of fun to see where everybody started off at the very beginning. Some will be amazing, some will absolutely suck. That is okay. We're not going to really critique them, but it's just going to be fun to be able to take a quick look at where everybody started. So make sure you are uploading your very first dio project you ever did to Instagram and tag it with the hashtag myfirstdio, or use myfirstdiorama, and we will showcase those on October 4th. We've got another awesome lineup of dioramas to showcase for you this week, but before we can do that, we need to reveal the winner of last week's fan vote. And if you don't recall who we were voting for, it was the Pennywise It diorama by Styro Smith Dio Arts, the Abandoned Sci-Fi diorama by Clanabelle, the Faraway House by J Door Please, the Warehouse and Dock by BTD, and the Mortal Kombat display by Dope Toys NY. All of these were absolutely amazing dioramas, but there could only be one winner, and the winner is, coming in with 49% of the vote, the Mortal Kombat Dio by Dope Toys NY. Congratulations on the win. This was an absolutely fantastic display. Thank you so much to everybody who participated. Thank you so much for those that voted. It makes it so much more fun when we can have these little fan votes. Make sure that you stay tuned till the end, where I will reveal my top 5 for this week's episode, and you'll get another chance to vote for your favorite diorama of the week. Alrighty, we're ready to get started with the show, and we're starting it off with an absolutely stunning piece coming from Gianfranco Capelli. I think I said that right. I'm pretty confident he's Italian. But look at this absolutely amazing piece. It is so realistic looking. Now, he's saying that it's a work in progress. With my skill set, this would be far past done because it's so absolutely amazing. Now, we saw a picture from last week's episode from Gianfranco, and that one was stunning, but this is now so absolutely phenomenal. Look at all of the detail, the trees, everything looks so realistic. I'm just blown away by your talent. This is so amazing. Thank you so much for tagging this piece. It is absolutely amazing. It'd be so cool to see some action figures on here. I don't know if that's what your intention is. I don't know what you specifically do this for. We all do dioramas for a little bit different reasons. Some of us, it's for train sets. Some of it's for action figures. Some of it's for other sorts of purposes. And that's what's so cool about these things. Just look at that. Look at the door. I mean, this is so realistic. It's so amazing. Your talent is just next level amazing. So thank you so much. What a great way to start this episode off with such an absolute phenomenal talent. Look at that paintwork with the oh wow, the rust, and look at that, you've got an actual like stream of water. That is so cool. Amazing. All right, thank you so much for tagging this. It's so fun to be able to see stuff like this. This next dio is just, I don't know, I just think it's pretty. This is a pretty diorama. It's from Rolf Johansson, and this is a really nice looking diorama. We'd only get the one picture, but wow, what a cool looking display. You've got very nice paintwork with those rocks. You can just kind of see some of that little bit of detail. You can see the little bit of white highlights right on the edges, and then the grass and whatever this plant is. But this little tree looks really amazing. And then I love this little water, kind of like a creek or something. I think that's a little waterfall right there. So what a nice little display. Thank you so much for tagging it and sharing it. And especially I like the picture where you've got the moon in the background. That's really cool. Next up, this one is coming from Vasco Toys. This is a really awesome piece. I believe it's, what would this be, like a back alleyway? So it's a Joker alleyway. Your brickwork looks really nice, and the paintwork, look at the weathering on here. That looks so good with a little bit of browns that are strewn in to kind of cover up a little bit of that gray to make it look old and worn and whatnot. I really dig it. This is a great looking piece. And then you've got a little bit of ambiance with the lighting. Super cool. Awesome job. Loving this. So thank you so much for tagging it. This is a great piece. Next up is an absolutely epic piece, again from Styro Smith Dio Arts. We've seen a couple of pieces from them now in the past, and every single time you blow my mind. This is no exception. This is Josie's bar, and wow, what an absolutely phenomenal piece. We saw, I think, a work in progress pic of this. The thing that I love the most is your bricks, and I think you've got a picture coming up showing how you did this a little bit, but this is just absolutely so cool. I love your power pole. That looks awesome. Paintwork is on point. I like the little white highlights that you've got on all of the bricks. That looks great, but even better, this Josie's sign, so cool. Just wow, what a phenomenal piece. Your paintwork, awesome. Everything about this piece is so cool. Wow, look at this. You've even got an interior. Wow, this is so crazy. Look at that. Jeez, you're driving me nuts looking at this thing. It's so cool. So thank you so much. We're gonna find, there's another picture in your profile that kind of shows it. Number one, so this is really cool because this is the whole piece broken down into all of the pieces. It's a modular set or whatever. Look at all the pieces that come with this. This is absolutely amazing. Build time around 200 hours, I believe it. I mean, this is absolutely epic. Here is the work in progress that I wanted to show you of this Josie's bar, because I think it is super cool to see this progression. You can see the pieces put on. You cut each of these pieces out individually and glued them on, and then I think you glued on these different bricks of different widths and depths and whatnot, and that's just so cool. Look at the detail that you put in with the texturing on this, different texturing from the brick. That really adds something really cool. Look at that. Wow, this is absolutely phenomenal. Thank you for sharing these work in progress pictures, because this is so cool to be able to see this. Look at that, you open the back up and then wow, this is so cool. Thank you so much. What a phenomenal piece. Up next is this alleyway from Desantoro 11. This is a really cool piece. Now, number one, the graffiti is looking really good. I love the little white accents that you have on the kind of outer edges of this. Gives it that little bit of 3D look, which is super cool. This floor, ground, street, whatever it is, looks awesome. I love that little sewer manhole cover. But then we come in here and you've got this wall, and the paint that you've got on this wall is so cool. It kind of gives you that cartoon look, almost like it would go for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles NECA cartoon set that they did, or maybe even the arcade. But this darker orange really pops. It looks so good. Look at this crack. That crack looks really nice. I like the little white accent that you've got on there. That looks so good. This is another wall. Again, different brick. Really stands out, makes it look cool. And then we get to see the full wide shot. Look at that. Such a cool piece. I love it. What a great job. Awesome piece. Thank you so much for tagging this. Coming from Brazil, so it's always fun seeing people from all over the world. And again, great talent here. Awesome job. Here is another one of those insanely detailed pieces from 1 to 10 World. Just take a look at this piece. Number one, I mean, the paintwork on here is so absolutely phenomenal, and then the sculpt within all of these pieces and the detail that you've got. There's so many little textures and lines and whatnot that look so good. This picture just looks like it's a real scene that you went to some junkyard and actually took a picture of this. So awesome job. Your weathering paintwork is so good. I wish that I could get my paintwork this good. So thank you so much to 1 to 10 World. What an awesome piece. Now, if you're like me, you probably buy a lot off of Amazon, maybe even a little too much. Now, your purchases from Amazon can support my channel just by doing what you've already been doing. Now, there's no added cost to you and no strings attached. All you need to do is follow my Amazon influencer storefront at amazon.com/shop/TechChucker and shop for the action figures you are already going to buy. At my store, I keep track of the prices of tons of action figures from Marvel Legends, Mezco, SH Figuarts, and so much more. And I curate shopping lists that you can easily browse. I even have a deals of the day list that you can watch for the best deals so you can quickly grab that tough to find figure before everyone else. So whenever you make a purchase using the links from my store, I'll get a small commission, but your cost stays the same. So go to amazon.com/shop/TechChucker now and follow my store and explore all the shopping lists and buy what you like. That's all there is to it. Thank you for supporting my channel and happy collecting. Here is a throne that I thought was so absolutely amazing. This is from EMT Diorama. It is a Thanos throne. It's a version 2 that he made, and the paintwork on here is so good. I just love the little details, the little accents that you've got with the little bits of brownish kind of rust look throughout this display piece. It is so good. And then the sculpting that you've done, there's so many little details throughout this, and these little spike-like things that are sticking up and sticking out of here. That is just a cool piece, or a cool accent that looks so good. This back part, you probably didn't even need to do the back, but you still did. Look at that, there's like bones or something in there. I bet you know what, this looks like it's just hot glue strewn around. If that's what it is, I'd love to know. But look at that, these little skulls on there. Wow, the detail on here is so good. You've got your Thanos, this is the Build-A-Figure, looking so awesome. And then you've got a pretty cool little display with your figures here fighting Thanos. Wow, what an amazing display piece. So thank you to EMT Diorama for sharing this. Not sure where this is from, but it feels like it's, I'm not even gonna try. But thank you so much. Up next is this display coming from plastic_goodies, and this is a really cool kind of ruined ancient temple dio. This is looking so good. I love the paint. It's very solid looking paint. You got a little bit of extra accent down around in here to give it that weathered look. The sculpt detail with the kind of weathered, not weathered, but it's kind of worn. Stone is looking great, and then your little bits of grass, the little tufts of grass, that really adds to it, and it looks so awesome. I love this display piece, so thank you so much to Plastic Goodies. What an awesome display piece, and obviously this is great for a Hercules. Up next is a Dragon Ball display from Toy Bills. He's really cranking these things out, and this one also is looking very nice. I love the rocks. It's looking so good, and your grass integrated in is looking very on point. This is an excellent piece that you could have in your detail. I assume it's detail size, but check with Toy Bills if this is something that you are interested in. Look at that. There's so many cool little places that you could put your figures. This is a dio designed specifically for displaying your figures on a shelf and creating a cool little display to showcase your figures, and this is awesome. So go hit up Toy Bills if this is something that you are interested in. Here's a really unique display coming from Hemble Creations Customs. Now the back side of this, you can see this is a billboard. We showcased the billboard last week, and this is the back side of this. And what is he calling this? This is last legs of the need to add a few more little things, blah blah blah. Fallout to something, so Fallout. And I'm really digging on this piece. I especially like your tin. That is looking so good. You've got it, I believe, maybe the walls are made out of this tin as well. Not sure if you just use cardboard, the corrugated cardboard to make that, and then you painted it up, weathered it, but this is looking really quite nice. I think you did a great job. This actually looks like metal, which is pretty darn awesome. Look at that weathering. Okay, so this is wood, this is the metal. Wow, what a great job. Your woodwork, the paint on that, the weathering looks so realistic. Awesome job. Hemble Creation Customs does some really amazing work, and it's always fun to be able to showcase this, but look at all these little details. You got some magazines. So thank you so much for participating and sharing this with all of us. Next up is a really good display from, I forget how he said it was pronounced. Myron or Myron? Ah, shoot. Myron Studios? Crap, I'm getting it wrong. But this is a really cool looking display piece. I'm loving the brickwork. That looks so good. It's so weathered and broken down and nasty looking. Just look at all this. You've got some little grasses growing on these bricks that have, you're missing a brick here. It's been here for a long time like this. This is a great display piece. I think it looks so nice. The paintwork, look at all that. You've got the black covering up this little area. It is looking so good, and wow, what a great looking piece. This is the sort of stuff that I just love seeing. Wow, this is great. So thank you so much for sharing this with all of us, and great work. This next one is patting my ego just a little bit. This is from NemaiEJ8, and yes, that is a TechChucker on this door. That is pretty cool. I am honored to be on someone's diorama piece, and what's even better is this door looks really good. I love the weathering that you've got on here. The paintwork looks super cool. I like the graffiti on here, so I am very, very honored that you would put my initials, TechChucker, on one of your diorama projects. I am not expecting that anybody would be doing that, but I am certainly honored when people do that. But definitely do it. Totally do that. Everybody should be putting TechChucker on all of their dioramas. I'm kidding. No, but this is super cool. I'm really honored. So thank you so much to NemaiEJ8. This is a really cool looking door. Even if you hadn't put the TechChucker on there, it still is a pretty sweet looking piece. Next up is a cool little, looks like a little mini walking bridge or something. This is from Bone Claws Customs. We're gonna go ahead and play the video. I don't remember if there is any music to it, so I'm not gonna talk over the video. Let's just go ahead and play it and see what we got. All right, so you saw at the end, he had a couple of figures on there. This thing is pretty big in size. So they did mention that they were inspired by Marvel's Contest of Champions video game in Savage Land, and 4 feet wide when assembled. That is huge. They are looking at selling it, so if they have not already sold it, go ahead and DM them if this is something that you are interested in. But I think this is a really cool looking piece. You can see the sculpt work and whatnot on here. It looks really good. So thank you, Bone Claws Customs, for sharing. Next up is a really cool piece from Inhaled Farts. That's an interesting name from Atlanta, Georgia. Inhaled Farts. I like it. This is some updated pictures, yada, yada, yada. But look at this. This is a really cool piece. This would be amazing to have up on a shelf, like on your top shelf, and have just a huge battle. You've got so much room right down here to be able to put all your figures, and then you can have either flight stands or figure out ways of having them up in the air attacking. But this is just a cool display piece, and it looks to be really quite big. I'm assuming this is a 1/12 scale, but look at this. This is so cool. I love it. Just the size alone is so impressive, but this is a great piece. Thank you to Inhaled Farts for sharing this with us. Here's a very unique display coming from the Model Vault MCMLXXI. It's a 1/4 scale Model Vault. They've got it on. They're on YouTube as well. But look at this piece. It's a little base for this Spider-Man figure. I can't tell if this is a statue. I think it's a statue. I'm wondering if you actually did the figure or not. I'm not certain on this, but this display looks so good. Look at the detail with the webbing and your paintwork on here. So good. I love this little green bit of the venomized like drool or whatever that is. Wow, the detail on here is so good. So this is the sort of thing that, you know, we're not just doing the traditional dioramas on this show. If you do stuff like this, base displays, go ahead and tag those with the hashtag ThisWeekInDioramas, and we may go ahead and showcase your work as well. Take a look at this piece. This one is coming from Star Marvel 76. I believe we showcased this piece several weeks ago. It was still a work in progress, and they have finally finished it. This is the water effect that they've done with resin on here, and this looks awesome. You can see there's a rock underneath inside the water. What a great effect. The color that you've got with this water is so nice. That aqua bluish green is so good. I love it. Look at that. That looks awesome. I love your trees. The sculpt on these trees looks really cool. This would look amazing with some Dragon Ball Z figures. I just think it's so cool. It's kind of whimsical. You could even have like a Zelda figure on here, maybe even Nintendo, what is it, Mario. Those will look cool on here as well. But oh, Black Panther also works great on here. So what a great piece. I'm glad that you finished it. More glad that you tagged it so that we could showcase this here, because this is a great piece. Next up is coming from Crashbox Customs, and I have to say this display piece is pretty amazing. Now he's saying here that D-Amazing, if you haven't seen their reviews of Mezco figures, I don't know where you've been, but he's been using this for his reviews lately, and I have to say this is a pretty awesome piece. Saying it's a Jackie Chan style construction site. Now it actually reminds me of that scene in The Punisher, the Netflix series, where he is working now most of that was concrete. This looks to be emulating drywall, but wow, what an absolutely epic piece. This thing's got to be huge. I mean, does it show? It doesn't say how big this thing is, but look at the detail on here. Let's cycle through some of these pictures. He's even got windows for what would be an office sort of. Wow. This is so cool. What a great display piece. You've got the sunlight coming through. Man, this looks so good. Wow. Awesome job to Crashbox Customs. You always do amazing work. So thank you so much to Crashbox Customs for sharing this amazing diorama piece. Next up is coming from Janaski Kolutsky. Does lots of custom action figures, so if you're not already following them, go ahead and give them a like and a follow. This, I believe, we showcased last week or the week before, and now they're indicating that it is done. First pick before upgrade, second to the last pick after the upgrade. So they did some upgrades. Let's go ahead and go through this. They added more to the ceiling. So there's a road just above. I think this part wasn't done. And this is looking super cool. What an amazing piece to go on a shelf, to have so much extra depth, to have the underground piece and then the overground, I don't know, but look at that, the paintwork on this looking so good. I love these pieces that just, you know, span multiple areas. It's so much fun. Look at that. You can see this like plaster or stucco stuff has actually fallen off, and they've got the debris on the ground. Awesome touch. That's always nice to see those extra details. Wait a second, let's go back. Look at that broken window. That looks awesome. I need to start doing some broken windows. This is so cool. I wonder what, okay, so if you're watching, can you share what this particular stuff is that you used? It looks super cool. Is this just drywall mud, or did you use something else? I'd love to know. So let me know in the comments, but awesome piece as always. So thank you so much. Next up is an absolutely epic piece. I'm not entirely sure how I might say this name, so go ahead and like and follow them. They're coming from Colombia. And I have to say, this piece is so absolutely epic. It's just amazing. I think it's so cool. The you know, we were talking just before about one of the other dios about having different levels, and this thing is, wow, it's so phenomenal. It's just got so many different little buildings stacked on top of each other, and it's so cool. You got a little street going through here. It reminds me of like a video game or something, but let's go ahead and play this video. I don't know if there's music, so we may have to cut the sound on that. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's sound. That's good. But look at this. This is so cool. You got a little street here and a little storefront and then a little ramp that goes up here. Wow, just so much cool little detail. What a fun display piece. It reminds me of an actual like movie set. So this thing is just so cool. Let's see what this one is. Look at that. You've got lights in the actual buildings in some of them, so that when you turn the lights off, it's lit up. This is cool. I wonder how long it took you to make this. So if you are watching the show, and I'm assuming maybe you will, since you did use the hashtag, so you are aware of the show, let us know, how long did it take you to actually make this display piece, because it is a pretty epic piece. Let's do one last one. So the lights are blinking. All right, I think that was all that one was, but look at that. So cool. So thank you so much for sharing this with us. Next up is this display coming from Seething_Customs. This is a cool little back alley display piece. They have sold it. Congratulations to Seething for selling it, and congratulations to whoever it is that bought this. This is going to be a pretty sweet display. I really dig it. I think the brickwork looks so nice and clean. It's really a well done, very well constructed piece. This door, garage door, looks great with the weathering. Your paintwork looks super nice. So awesome job. I love this little accent up here in the window. That is cool. I love it. And then you got the little sign on this door with a little emergency push rod bar or whatever for that door. Great piece. Wow, what a great looking piece. Awesome job. Thank you so much for sharing. God, there's more in here. Look at that. Great paintwork. Your weathering looks really nice. You did a great job with this. And speaking of amazing pieces, this one is coming from Reco_CH. It does amazing work. Look at this piece. It's like a little apartment type building. What is this? Fully collapsible back alley diorama for 6-inch scale. It's 39 inches across, 30.5 inches tall. Look at that. You can see the scale with his hand in there doing the old finger walk. Look at it. I love this sign. That is super cool. I bet you that lights up too. Does it say in here? I don't think it does. But then you've got a little street light here. Wow, your paintwork is always so on point. Look at the details with all of this. Wow, this is just absolutely amazing. He does a lot of buildings that are similar in style, but each time there's just a little bit of difference in each of them, and I love all of your work. It's just so good. So awesome job to Reco_CH for again another absolutely epic piece. Look at that. Such a great piece for doing pictures. So if you are looking for a piece similar to this, hit them up and see if you can get a deal made out with them, because this is just absolutely epic work. This one is coming from another one of those dio artists, Fernando Rojas, that it just does amazing work that is next level. It's so realistic looking, and then you throw in the lighting and whatnot, and it looks like it's a scene from real life. And I had to showcase this because it is such great work. Now, we've showcased Fernando once, maybe twice before, and it's just, his work is always wow. It just makes me go wow. And this is another one of those. Look at this. This is one of those access panels that's actually on the ground. That looks so cool. And the graffiti, paintwork, everything is on point, looking so amazing. This is one of those displays that is inspiring to, you know, push yourself to keep going and excelling and you know, getting better at what you do, because you can get to this level at some point. It just takes practice. It takes some, you know, research to get to this point. So this is just an absolutely amazing piece. So go check out Fernando Rojas, watch their work, because they do some pretty amazing stuff and you'll be able to learn a lot. We've got a couple coming from Al Figures. This first one, he's actually got a raffle going for this piece. I believe it's a 1/12 scale, 14 inches tall, 13 inches across, 10 inches deep. Last I saw, he actually has 15 slots available still, and I believe each slot is $13. So you have the potential to be able to win this display for a measly $13 in his raffle. So if this is something you're interested in, make sure you go to his Instagram and let him know which spot you would like. And then once all the spots are filled, that's when he collects, and then he'll choose the winner. There are 30 slots, so if this is something you're interested in, such clean work. Look at that. That is looking really quite nice. Great for photography. It's a really classy looking piece. Look at that. He even did the back. This is super cool because it's a fully complete piece, and he always does such nice work. So hit him up if this is something you're interested in, and help him to fill up all of those spots. This next one coming from Al Figures is again another epic piece that I really dig. I think it's great. Let's see if there's details. Ready? Not sure if he's already sold it or if he is selling it, but hit him up if you do need a commission. This is 22 inches across, 15.5 inches deep, 16 inches wide, so a pretty good size piece. I really like the paintwork. Look at this. You've got some nice weathering throughout. It's looking pretty sweet. Let's cycle through. Here's some work in progress pics. Awesome job. I love this little water tower thing on the top. That looks super cool. So awesome job to Al Figures. Always does amazing work. Check out his YouTube channel. He does some instructional sorts of videos that kind of help you learn some more techniques. So go check out Al Figures. Next up is this piece coming from 5/24/20. It's been a bit since we've seen anything from you, but this is really a sweet looking piece. I dig your brickwork. The paintwork looks super good. I love the two different types of brick put together. This is like a schoolyard almost. Let's see, themed backdoor gambling spot. Okay, so they are selling this. If you are interested, hit them up. Look at this. So much detail, so much realism. This is a great shot. Look at this tree. That looks super cool. So awesome job. I always love your work. You do really realistic work that just looks so good. So hit up 5/24/20. See if this is something that is still available if you're interested in buying it. I hope that this thing moves fast. Next up, coming from Xenoworks HeroWorks, this is another alien style display. I always love your work. Super clean, super detailed. The paintwork's always on point, and I love these little light effects that you throw in there from time to time. This looks so good. It's a really cool, just what do you call it? I don't know what you call it, but you're calling it a Marines versus Aliens dio. That works for me. Loving all this detail. Of course, the lighting always adds so much to these displays, but look at the paintwork and the details with all these little sculpted panels that you've painted on or glued on there. Awesome job. I love it. So go check out Xenoworks HeroWorks. They also do commissions. Hit them up if this is the sort of style you're into. Next up is a pretty cool display from Laser Shot. This is kind of a Dragon Ball Z style display. DM them if you're interested. This is their first commission. So hit them up if this is the style piece that you're into. Now, they don't just do this style, so hit them up if you're also interested in other styles. But this is really good. I love the paintwork. Your rocks look super nice. The paintwork also is looking good with the little accented white and little bits of different color with the like black here. This is awesome. I love it. Your grass looks really nice. So go check out Laser Shot. Give them a like. This is a pretty sweet little piece. This one is coming from Rhino Dioramas. This is, what are we calling it? A 1/12 scale bat suit chamber. This is pretty darn cool. You could probably put a Iron Man suit in here as well, though Iron Mans usually aren't rounded, but still looking pretty sweet. You got a little light effect, which is looking awesome. Awesome job. We've got Clockwork Orange in there. Probably just to show the scale. Hit up Rhino Dioramas if this is something you're interested in. I am certain they are selling these because they sell a lot of cool stuff. So go check them out. Thank you so much for sharing. This one is coming from Johnny Simpleton, and this is another one of those Dio creators who your work is so realistic looking that it's breathtaking is all I can say. Look at this. Is this the marshlands or whatever from the Lord of the Rings? I don't know, but it looks like it, but I'm probably wrong. But anyway, this looks so cool. I could see this being used for photography to wow. I mean, holy crap, this is so realistic. Look at that. It actually looks like murky water. This is so cool. Thank you so much for sharing. Amazing work. I wonder how is the set for that short film that you were doing. Let us know if that is going well. I hope it is going well. Awesome job as always. Next up is this display coming from New Future Customs. I really like this piece. It is looking very cool. I love it when people have the brick kind of being revealed through the plaster or concrete or whatever it is that you've got showing or covering here. That looks really cool. I love your wood here that you've got that was boarding up a window, but now that the walls have essentially been destroyed, you know, obviously they're not covering anything anymore. It's a 1/12 scale, magnetized, fully collapsible. Let's cycle through some of this. This wood floor is looking really nice. It's a very clean piece, so this is a cool display piece that you can have either for pictures or just displaying your figures. So I'm really digging it. We got some work in progress here. That looks super cool. So thank you so much to New Future Customs. I think you also are getting a first time showcase. It's always cool to have so many new diorama creators on the show so that we get so many more styles to be able to showcase on the show. And last but not least, there's so many dios that we could have gone through, but I can't showcase everything. We may hold a couple for next week, but this one is coming from finalboss.doom, and I thought this was a cool display. It's different from what we've typically seen. Just the color scheme is especially very different with the white kind of brick. It's a much lighter gray, and I really dig it. It's a much bigger brick, and that also gives it that extra style. It's a cinder block, and I think it's great what you've done here with these broken down ones, and you actually have it sculpted. That looks super cool. What's even better is your rebar poking through. I don't know if they actually do they use rebar in cinder block walls? I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. It looks super cool. Down here also is sculpted really nicely. There's some sort of impact crater going on right down here on the floor. That looks awesome. So thank you so much to finalboss.doom for sharing this with us. It's a great looking piece. Thank you to everybody who participated this week and shared your dioramas with us and used the hashtag ThisWeekInDioramas. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to share all of them, so Don't despair. We may showcase a couple more from this week that didn't make it, but were still really awesome because there were some awesome ones that I wasn't able to share yet. Make sure that by next week you have posted your very first diorama that you ever worked to Instagram and tag it with that hashtag myfirstdio or myfirstdiorama. Don't worry if it wasn't amazing. You know what? Share it. We want to see it. We want to see where everybody's coming from. It's all love for everybody, because you know what? Sharing your work, it takes a little bit of risk. It takes some risk of having people look at it and see where your skill set is at. We're not all at the same place, but we're all working towards getting somewhere better. Tag those pictures of your very first diorama with the hashtag myfirstdio or myfirstdiorama. Alrighty folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment below, but we're not quite done yet. I need to reveal my top 5 of the week, and then you'll have the opportunity to vote for your favorite on the community tab on my channel. And my top 5 are the Back Alley by Reco CH, the Urban Building Landscape by 7-10-8, the New York Gambling Spot by 52420, the Italian Villa by Gianfranco Capelli, and Josie's Bar by Styrosmith Dio Arts. Make sure you go to the community tab now at the end of this episode and vote for your favorite, and I will reveal the winner of the vote next week. Alrighty, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode of This Week in Dioramas. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, hit the bell notification so you find out about the next episode. Go out and share this video. Let's grow this show as much as we possibly can, and even more importantly, go upload your diorama projects and tag them with the This Week in Dioramas hashtag so I can find them. And I will see you next week.